Alright, so here we are, about to do first start. I have my timing light here set up, hooked up to number 1. Got the blue arrow down there, so let's just see what happens. I don't even know if it's got power. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna have to pump it some. I forgot to check. Trying to figure out the choke here. Alright, let's see. Alright, so I filled it up with gas. I'm going to take off this piece here and start putting fuel down into the fuel bowl. And I'll keep going until this fills up. So the fuel should just go through all the way down to the fuel bowl. I'll take that lower hose out once I start feeling like it's getting full, because it might come out of the lower hose as well. Once I'm done, I'll put that back on, and then I'll put fuel in these vent tubes here. I believe that's where I want to do it, right there. I'll get back to you on that. Alright, so I filled up a lot in here. Some of it went down, and then it started filling up the fuel bowl, fuel filter bowl, whatever this is. And then nothing came out the bottom. I took it out to see if it was overflowing. So I don't think I filled it up all the way, but I put a whole bunch of fuel in there. Then I filled up both of these vent tubes here. Filled up this one a decent amount, and then I started filling this one up, and some started coming out of this one. So the fuel bowl is full. So it's definitely going to start. I'm hoping that it stays running. I might actually open up the garage just in case it's running and I don't want to smoke myself out here. What I'm going to do is take this cap off, and you see where that's pointing? We're at top dead center. So with this guy plugged in, this is my number 1 here. It shows 1, you can't really see it, but this is my number 1 spark plug. So when I pull this straight off, that metal tab right there should be pointing, this metal tab right here should be pointing towards the 1. So I was off a huge amount. So what we're gonna do is I took off this piece here, that retainer for the distributor or whatever you want to call it. So now I'm gonna pull this sucker out and just come straight up, and I'm gonna turn it. Sorry, I only have one hand here. I'm gonna turn this once I pull that out. So I pull this up where the gears aren't touching, and I can rotate this. And the gears are usually turned, so it's gonna rotate a little bit when you slide it in. That went in pretty easily. So see, it rotated a little bit, went way too far, because I'm supposed to be about here. So we're gonna weasel that out, spin it a little bit. Alright, so here we are. I got my 1 here, got the arrow there. Lift this sucker up, and it's a little bit to the right of the arrow, not by much. chase your dreams. This is 1965.
1965?
That's when your dad was born.
Oh.
That they drove at, what was it called?
Oh, not good.
What happened?
I don't know.
Are you gonna be able to stop?
Mm-hmm. I'll just turn it around. Something with the gear. Okay, let's see. And so we take it on a drive.
I like this seat.
I know, it's comfortable. Like the... I gotta have to adjust the shifter maybe.
Garage truck.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. I gotta put blocks behind it. Yeah, so we drove it around. As far as the engine's going, engine feels great. It's not like stumbling for fuel or air or whatever for the carb. We're supposed to get that tuned tomorrow, so tonight I need to figure out why the clutch isn't really disengaging. So we were going up the hill in third gear. I slowed down to go into second, and it just wouldn't go into gear. So, and then it made a weird noise, right? Some weird noise, so I shut it off. And I think it's just from not being able to go in. So we'll take a look at the flywheel again, and I'll see what adjustments I can make. So yeah, I'm gonna block this thing, and then we're good for the day. I would say that was a pretty successful first drive. For the engine at least, because that's the whole thing I put together. I did put a new clutch and flywheel in, and it did seem the same as factory, so we're gonna look at that, see what we can figure out there. But so far the engine's at least good. Well, here we are. We're driving the F100. It's got a lot of slop. Hope you guys can hear me. It's got a lot of slop in the steering, but I mean, it drives good. Engine's awesome. Here we go. Cruising at 30. Alright, I'm gonna pay attention to the road, you know. I'll see you guys in a bit when we make it home.
It's already.
Alright. So we're driving it to my kids' practice. We're up on the back roads. You want to show them? This thing's awesome. We drove it about 30-minute drive, maybe close to 30 miles or so. Highway driving too. I hit about 70, and yeah, this thing gets. It's just got quite a bit of slop in the steering, and then I have some sort of vacuum leak when I let off the gas. You can hear a whistle. But yeah, it's staying cool. It's driving good, no backfires. The only thing is something wrong with the axle a little bit, but it drives well. slight warpage, and then oh, the throttle was getting stuck, which is what we had issues with a long time ago. We thought it was the carburetor, but man, this thing's good. It sounds awesome, makes cool noises, and it just feels like we're on a farm. I'm not a big classic guy, but after working on one of these and driving it, just the feels of it, the vibration, no sound deadening really, and it's just awesome, man. So I can't wait to drive my S10. Hopefully it has somewhat of this feeling. It's an 88. This is a 65, so definitely better. But yeah, I got my wife here. We're gonna probably take the kids for a ride after soccer practice, just in the parking lot. I might have to keep it. Now her dad's out of town. I'm gonna get it back to him when he gets back home, and he wants me to deliver it when he's home. That way, you know, you get the feeling. You see it pull up on the trailer, drive it off, and me and him will probably go for a ride around the block. Well, here we are in a storm. We decided to take it to practice, and it got pretty bad. Luckily, nothing's coming in the cab yet, so we'll see what happens when we get home. But she's driving good, and the windshield wipers work. Now they're like going out. I'm gonna turn them off for now. I'll let them go down.